Great day, beautiful. It's me, Lucia Gabriela, relationship and intimacy coach, emotional somatic therapist, tantra facilitator, and also creator of Tantra Kink, a fusion of Tantra and Kink BDSM. So today is about relationship insight. And what I would like to share with you is about creating conscious relationship. I feel that we have come in society to live defaulty relationship where pretty much we meet somebody, we like them, we have an attraction to them, we feel some kind of connection, and we get together, and all of a sudden we marry or long-term relationship, and we have children or something else, or even we get in business together. And it become a defaulty relationship because there's no intention behind it. It's just like just living life. And one of the observations I have working with couples is that we get together as couples and we go into the belief that we just let it, we go with the flow, and that we actually don't take the time to learn about each other and learn what this relationship is truly about. So about creating conscious relationship is becoming aware of who we are as individual and also who we are as a couple. And it's going to be very important to have some awareness of a purpose as a couple. What is our why? What is our why for being together? Why are we together? Beside that amazing, incredible, juicy energy, connection, or attraction, why are we together? Why would we love to be together? Why are we coming together as a couple? What is our purpose as a couple? And when it comes to the purpose, it's about what is my purpose to create or maybe destroy. What are we creating together? Or what are we destroying together? When it comes to destruction, I would say are we coming together to destroy the limitations of society or limiting belief so we can create something amazing, right? So we destroy and create, or we just create something amazing, or we destroy. So what is the purpose? And also it's important to recognize our values, individual values. A value is something that we consider very important to us. So what are my personal values? And then also as a couple, what are our values? And this is where I find many couples have struggled with. They pretty much don't share similar values. Sometimes the values are really opposite. They really contradict each other. And that's where they're struggling. Because somebody high value is level of certainty and security, and the partner will be high value is freedom. And that's going to be a rocky relationship right there, because what we consider the most important to us may contradict to what is considered important to our partners. So it's really important to recognize our values as individuals and come together as a couple and see what are our relationship values as a couple together. Another aspect of creating a conscious relationship is about understanding the pillars of our relationship. What are the pillars of our relationship? One of the pillars in my personal relationship is communication. I would say communication is it takes over, I would say 50% of the structure of my relationship. Because I believe that without communication, we wouldn't be able to grow together and transform and evolve and do all the amazing things that we decide to create. Because for conscious creation, we must have conscious communication. And one of the things about communication is that if I don't have the freedom and I don't feel free within myself to be able to express my emotion, my feeling, my triggers, my desire, my fantasies, my craziness, my kookiness, relationship wouldn't be a relationship for me. So communication is really, really important. Another aspect that we must understand in creating conscious relationship is our needs. What our needs are as individuals and couples. We're working with individuals and couples when we ask the question of like, what are the needs? What are your needs? What are the needs of the relationship? Many times, the reason why they're struggling is because they don't know and they don't understand their own personal need. And as a couple, many times they don't actually recognize the need of their partners. So if we don't know our partner's need and we don't know how to communicate, how are we going to be able to create conscious relationship? And how are we going to be able to really create intimacy and the passion that we desire to have in our life, right? When we have an understanding about our purpose, our values, our need, the pillars of our relationship, it's also important to understand our boundaries. Our boundaries as a person, as an individual, and the boundaries as a couple. So if we don't have boundaries as individual, it's gonna be really hard to have boundaries in a relationship. Coming together to co-create something amazing in our relationship, it's important to have an understanding of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable as individual as a couple. And this is where we see a lot of couples struggle with, because the communication of the boundaries was not so clear. So it's really, really important that for us to come together and co-create the amazing relationship that we desire, it's important to have a purpose. It's important to have values. It's important to have the boundaries, to have an understanding of our need, and also to have an understanding of what are the pillars of our relationship. The pillars of our relationship is creating that amazing structure for our relationship. Become aware and conscious of all of this, we're going to be able to have a great relationship in our life. Not just with our intimate partners, but also with everyone that we love and we relate with. So this is my insight for today. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me, luciagabriela.com. And I will be very glad to hear from you, and also looking forward to seeing you next time. Blessings.